So I'm gonna do this as best as I can given all the resistance. Hold on. But here we go. So whoops. So a couple of things here. First off, in dealing with a single concept external to you, what that means and what's actually going on is every time a concept or a person or an event happens to try and convince you that you can't have what you want, that's not you. It once you prove it wrong, it retreats. But then that same exact thing, because it's all the same exact concept, it goes outside of your radius of immediate discussability. And then it comes back as something that's different, slightly, that's supposed to disprove the point that you made here to assert that that's not real life and you should still have control over what you want to do. So, that's just the first thing I had to get out of the way. The second thing is still connected to this. So, this is an example of a state of occurrence that creates physiological abuse. So pretty much in following logical tracks to try and win an argument or whatever, there's often the strategy of the concept you're arguing with to create a collision that forces you to admit a point, like somehow to admit that like this is physical, or like they say, let's say that at some point you say, look, at some point that means that all of this isn't real, like this isn't actually here. And then what happens is you're forced by your by the environmental opponent to hold on to that idea, and they'll say, "So you're saying that this isn't here, huh? So you're saying that this isn't here right now? So no, that's what you're saying. You're saying that this isn't here, right?" And then they'll fucking they'll punch you or they'll attack you or they'll set you up and they'll be like, "So what you're saying is," and they'll fucking while hurting you, while stabbing you, or while fucking I don't know sleeping with your girlfriend, they'll be like, "So what you're saying is this isn't happening, right?" And it's supposed to be moments like that are caught here that are supposed to prove that this whole point about conceptual existence is flawed. Here's where I target and tag people the most for execution, because that shit shouldn't be done, and you already know that we're right. So, okay, all right, here we go. Next thing I'm going to discuss, is conceptual warfare, or concept win-lose status. And so at the beginning, every concept is the same. It's frustrated, it's confused, it doesn't know what's going on, it just wants to control everything. That's control complex, right? And so, in order for any concept to get to this point where it has a down-looking position onto everything else and therefore can easily influence or has easier access to influence of these concepts due to their status, the way that this works is both concepts will attempt to reach and grasp onto each other, and in doing so will always try to push each other down and below them. Now, that's what's going on. That's why we diss each other. That's why we get jealous. That's why there's a social competition, a social hierarchy. That's why all that exists in the first place. It's because every concept alive, every control complex wants this state. Okay, now that being said, I'm doing this because it's really fucking annoying. Okay, so there's something I noticed, and I won't be the only man who notices this. Where there is a form of invitation, of bunny chasing, of bunny luring that I just can't fucking stand. And it's when a concept invites a concept for sexual interaction. And then when that concept gets close, the concept that invited runs away or causes difficulty, in which the person, confused because they were the ones invited, they're like, what's going on? And so the concept that runs says, you need to try harder. Now, they repeat this several times until eventually a frustration is caused. And at that point, this concept starts to go, man, what the fuck? I just want to have sex and I'm getting so fucking angry and I'm pissed and you keep fucking confusing me and what the fuck is this shit? And what they do is they say, oh my god, he's getting violent over sex. Oh my god. Okay, what that does is it adds a trait. It adds a trait that says that this person is acting like an animal and being violent over sex, and that's all that's happening. It ignores the repetition of this strategy here for frustration. And not only that, it creates a secondary accusation of character that is, you have to use violence to get sex, but also B, an immaturity and an illogicality to your sexual behavior. That is, what's the insult here? This nigga has to complain. This nigga has to cry about not getting laid. Like that's what the strategy is. It frustrates men into positions in which they start to become angry and hostile towards what's happening to them. And the lures, what they do is they say he's just being hostile towards a woman over sex. He's just being hostile because he can't get laid. And that's what this shit is right here. That's why that don't fall for these. These are traps. These are fucking traps. I'm telling you, never fall for them. Because here's the thing: if you ever do the you need to try harder, that's just fucking rape at that point. That's just rape. I'm telling you, if you fall for the you need to try harder, it's just rape. That's all that's gonna be. Because here's what's gonna happen. You do the you need to try harder thing, right? Because they'll act like that we're all just kids still. They'll act like we're just kids still, and they want to play and they want to wrestle a little bit or some dumb shit like that. Don't fall for that shit. Because here's what's gonna happen. They're gonna alert the environment. And then you're gonna sit there and you're gonna get stuck in basic orientation, not able to explain all the secret shit that was being told, that was being invited, that was being directed. What's the word here? Instructed, and you're just gonna be left on your own. You're just gonna be left on your own, and now basic orientation is adding the trait of rapist, and that's what the strategy is. It's adding the trait of predator and rapist to any guy that isn't liked because their status is automatically like this. Yeah. I already have my headband on. I'm ready to deal with it. Because you know what's going to happen here. Women are going to fucking try and stage a guy to fight me. I already know it because they've done this several fucking times. I already know what this shit is, and I'm ready for it. Okay. So... Anyway, so that's all this is. That's something I needed to point out here. And I know for a fact that it's gotten a bunch of guys. I know for a fact that's what's going on. Because like I said, I studied it. I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to say I studied all this. And at this point, my position and everything, yeah, I'm waiting on all that heat. Give me that fucking heat. I'm waiting on it. I want you to fucking try and deny this shit. There's that. That's what you fucking needed to do. That's how I know I caught you. That's what that shit is right there. I fucking caught you. Alright, there's another thing I need to say. This one's important. So, in this strategy where women say that the boys, like the young men who are not just trying to live for sex, who are not just trying to live for... Stop. Who are not just fucking dropping their entire desire to exist just to get laid all the time. What the hell? Okay. Well, the cat's trying to survive. It needs to be seen on camera. The fucking retard, dude. I hate that shit. Okay, so what they do here is they say that we're still acting like boys because we want to play video games or we want to go for our dreams because this is our one life and our one opportunity. And that because we're not always trying to be intimidating, because we're not always trying to flex that we're the best man in the room, that we can win fights against every man, that we're still being boys, we're still being kids. They've tried to assert that men they just need to say they want to fuck. They need to fight each other, and whoever won has it, and they need to just get that shit over with. That's what these fucking idiots are doing. And so my issue with this is that you're demanding that men be more manly or intimidating. And with intimidation is a proclamation of fear. You want men to be more fear-causing. You want men to make others afraid before you can respect them. Now here's the thing. If you're saying that a man has to be more fear-causing, more intimidating, and you can try and say, no, this is about having a job. This is about, no, that's not what it's about. Because even when the job was had, you cut it off. And that's what happened here. You cut it off so that you could claim this is your physiological argument. I caught you here, just like I caught that. This is what we're doing here. I'm at fucking war. All right, so they just try to claim, because yeah, that's fucking retarded. How many men have jobs right now? That's just fucking retarded. The fact that you even go that route. All right, so they tell the men that they need to be more physically intimidating. the men need to be making each other afraid. The men need to be making people afraid. They say that in order for a man to earn the right to achieve sex, he has to dominate the environment, intimidate the environment enough. He has to use fear. Now, if men in your eyes can only get laid if they are making you afraid, how can a predator exist? How can a predator be real? If men have to intimidate each other and you, how can predation be a real thing? How can you ever call someone a predator? How can you ever call someone a rapist? I mean, that kind of draws the line. That kind of blurs the line. That's all I'm saying here. It really blurs the line because y'all are still being cute. No, y'all want to fuck, but y'all are still being cute. The fuck does that mean? What the fuck? What are you talking about? Alright, yeah, so that's all I need to discuss in this video. Y'all know what this is. I'm ready for the heat. Fuck y'all.